Just
album.
look directly into the camera and say, do you want to open for Wolfpack?
We should open for Wolfpack for you.
Wolfpack.
Corey Wong, if you can hear me, I love you.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Fretboard TV. I am joined this week by Cincinnati rock band Saving Escape. Thank you guys for coming in.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So let's go around the table real quick. We'll start with you, Kayla. Introduce yourself, tell us your role in the band, and why don't you give us one random fact about yourself just to break the ice a little bit.
All right. Well, I am Kayla Rose, everybody, and I am the lead singer in the band, the frontman of the band. And I guess a fun fact about me is I'm a bit of a reptile enthusiast. I do have a snake, I have 2 geckos, and then I'm living with my sister next year, and she has frogs. So.
That's awesome.
Wow.
My girlfriend is deathly afraid of frogs. So, yeah, of all the things you just named, frogs would be the one that probably freaks her out the most. So.
I feel like those are the least scary of all of them.
And they're also the coolest in my opinion. But.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I am Charlie. I play bass in the band, and a random fact about me is I have a New Year's resolution every year of a food that I have to give up for the year. So, like this year,
French fries.
Well, this year is bagels.
Bagels.
Yes.
I thought you said veggies at first. I was like, wow, that's a broad.
That
She
too.
does that anyways.
Just on a daily basis.
So bagels?
Yes, this year no bagels. Last year was like no
Interesting.
pizza.
Do you have like a bagel problem or something? Like,
It's just a random food
Just a
every
random
year.
food every
but
year.
then as soon as the new year, and you can eat bagels next year.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this past New Year's Eve, I had pizza rolls waiting for me for the ball to drop, and I ate them as soon as it was
That's
midnight.
awesome.
She had it set up so the microwave went off at midnight, and she ran full force into the kitchen and comes back out with these pizza rolls, and she's just
That was my New Year's
savoring
kiss.
every bite. Yeah, that
That's
was.
really funny.
I'm Alex. I'm the drummer of Saving Escape. And random fact about me, it's not quite as interesting as Charlotte's, but I consider myself like a multi-instrumentalist. I started playing guitar when I was like 6, and then joined the band, moved to drums, learned bass from playing guitar. I try to say this thing where I am trying to learn a new instrument every year, similar to Charlotte's little resolution, but I don't know. I'm trying to pick up flute right now, and it's not really
That's
working
tough,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I only know how to play 3 notes on the flute.
He can also play keyboard pretty sufficiently.
He can play
Yeah.
about anything.
I'm
So
picking
what you
stuff
could
up.
do too, you ever seen so some of these things are kind of like the little knick-knack instruments. Like what's the mouth harp thing that's trending
mouth
right now?
harp. Jaw harp.
Jaw harp, yeah.
right,
Like
right.
that's something quick. You could just and then check it off. You learn something new.
Exactly, yeah.
My name is Jacob. I play rhythm guitar in the band, and a fun fact about me is I am a Nintendo super fan.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Tell 'em about your,
He's not kidding.
Yeah, so I've recently gotten to the hobby of picking up old Game Boys at garage sales and souping them up, so putting new cases in them and putting an HD screen in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
ones he's
super
made are
lame
really
and not
cool.
very cool, but
That's
I have a lot of
crazy.
fun
No.
doing it.
No, but do you sell them? Do you then put them on the market for people to buy?
That was the original idea, but then I do it, and I'm like, I really like this,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah,
just
I'll
keep
do
it,
it.
and
I'm
now
gonna-
I have a problem.
I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
one
no,
off
man,
of him.
That's sweet. I have a Game Boy Color, and I only have Tetris for it, but I play it all the
That's
time.
all you need.
It keeps my mind going. And what is the story behind Saving Escape? So when did you guys start, and how would you describe your sound?
So we all went to the same music school. We went to this place called the Lebanon Music Academy. It was a private music lessons, but a little bit extra. So they gave us the opportunity to record in recording studios and do covers there, and also get a chance to perform with other students in basically a simulated gig.
Yep.
And so Kayla was actually the one that had started the whole thing, and so she reached out to a bunch of musicians that she knew through the academy, just around our age. So she reached out to Charlotte and I because she knew that we both played instruments. And she ended up reaching out to Alex because she thought he was cute. He didn't play anything.
Well, he played the marching band drums.
I was in marching band.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, he came to the first practice and he didn't use the kick pedal once the entire time. And he didn't use the kick pedal actually for probably the first year and a half of the band.
Wow.
So
But then I learned.
you did
You
learn.
gotta use the kick drum.
Your sound was defined. There it was. You're like, we're a band without a kick drum.
Right. Since we kind of grew up in that environment, as young musicians, we kind of started off doing a lot of classic rock stuff, typical I'm learning an instrument kind
Right.
of stuff, Led Zeppelin, Beatles, all of the,
Smells like Teen Spirit.
right,
Oh, yeah.
all the
Right.
stuff
I've
that
seen
we
that
had
YouTube
known
video.
from taking lessons.
And then that just kind of evolved into going less and less away from classic rock and more kind of meshing our influences from where we started, from what we kind of listen to today, and kind of really just, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we're working on now really encapsulates like that aspect of taking a modernized take on some of that classic rock and classic jazz, R&B kind of stuff.
So who are some of your individual influences?
So for me personally, I think I've talked about them forever, but like obviously Led Zeppelin has been one of my biggest influences for a really long time. And a lot of people, say that I get a lot of my influences from Janis Joplin, which is definitely true. But more recently, I've been getting into like, I would say more modern music, but it's really not more modern, but like Prince, and I do really love Stevie Nicks, which is like from the same era, but I'm kind of experimenting with like, like your vocal delivery isn't all about volume, isn't all about power. It's about having diversity and being able to do a lot of different things.
Right.
And so I've been trying to listen to a lot of musicians that wouldn't necessarily sound like how I sound, but then it kind of like gives me more of a well-rounded image when we're performing.
Everyone listens to music differently, so I feel like all of us have different music tastes and different artists that we take from, and I listen like obviously in phases, so like I'll go through a huge country phase for a little bit, a huge psychedelic phase, and then some jazz music, but I'd say some of my biggest influences, I like a lot of the 60s psychedelic era, so like Country Joe and the Fish, Jefferson Airplane, Quicksilver Messenger Service. I really like a lot of their styles and what they brought to music.
So you're listening to the bass line specifically too,
yes,
those bands?
David Freeberg played
Right.
bass in both Jefferson Airplane and Quicksilver Messenger Service, and I think he is one of the best bassists. I really like his style.
Totally.
Yeah.
For me, starting out in the band, I had never really branched out as far into like real music, I never really kind of listened to classic rock before I joined the band or listened to like any of those artists. And then once I kind of discovered that and fell into a genre of it that I like, it really shaped how, like Charlotte was saying, how I listen to music and how that has brought my influences to the table with the band. But some specific artists that have constantly inspired me are Mac DeMarco is one of my favorite artists of all time. I constantly find myself going back and just listening to the Beatles discography over and over again. And then my band right now that I'm just head over heels for is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard from Australia.
So like starting out with the band, I was like a huge emo kid. Like my favorite bands were like Blink-182 and My Chemical Romance. Like typical like emo junior high kid. Like I had like the swoop and the whole bit. But like directly relating to the band, Wolfpack has been a really huge influence of mine, Corey Wong in particular. I've been on a huge math rock kick lately, which is really good because like it scratches that itch in my brain to hear like a white dude whining for like, like the same thing emo did for me, right? But it's also like really musically intricate.
So your debut album, Old Soul, came out. It was an EP actually, came out in 2019. What was the goal of the EP? So, I mean, you guys record this. Was it a process of just a collection of songs that you had recorded over the course of a few years? Or was this something that you went into, and how, was it 5 songs?
Yeah, 5 songs.
Yeah. So
honestly,
did you record those 5 songs like within a month, or was it?
It took us a while to record those songs because obviously we started as a kid band, and it got to a point where everyone that was kind of mentoring us and that we were looking up to was like, you guys need to start writing original music. So we got an opportunity to record at Sonic Lounge Studios in Grove City, and they said, you guys need to write 5 songs. So those 5 songs were the first songs that we ever wrote pretty much. We were really young. We were like 15, 14 when we first started writing those songs. So, but like I said, it took us a while to record them, so we were able to evolve the songs as we kept growing as musicians too, to create a collective work.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's on the horizon for you guys as far as new music goes?
So this is what I was excited to talk about.
All right.
In terms of new music, last month we just went to the studio. We spent 10 days straight in the studio, recorded 10 songs. And this time around, we really went into it with the vision. Because versus Old Soul, it was like, oh, these are 5 songs we've been writing for years. Let's just kind of throw them together and see how it goes. This was, we want to make an album. We want to make sure that it has the right cohesive sound, that everything flows the way we want it to. It has the right dynamics, like we were saying earlier. And so I'm happy to say that we're done recording. It's in the mixing process. A little fun fact about the studio. We actually, I think it was like probably our 7th day in the studio. We were like, we are going to start a song, write the whole song, and finish it in the studio.
Yeah, we had went into the studio wanting a 10-song album, but we only had 9 songs.
We only had 9.
So 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5. We wrote a song and a half in the studio. But that morning we were like, okay, we've had this like little funky idea for a while, and then by the end of the night, the whole song was finished. Like lyrics wrote in the studio, bass line, literally everything, and it is one of my favorite songs on the album.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But we're hoping to release a single this summertime and another one in the fall, and then hopefully finally another Saving Escape album out by early 2022.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So we can talk a little bit more about your summer plans here with this next question. COVID was kind of a reset button for everybody in recording and music, right? Now that everyone's kind of hitting the road again at the same time, looking for gigs, how did that kind of impact your summer and fall schedule going forward right now?
I think with the whole reset button thing, that was extremely important for us to have a reset button. You know,
Absolutely.
COVID sucked. Obviously, we were all just in our houses bored. But we needed time to not think about playing shows, not think about how much money is in the band fund. We just needed time to sit down and write a solid piece of work, and that's what we knew we were going to do at March of 2020 when everyone had to sit in their houses.
Right.
We all kind of knew that, all right, this is our time to just write music, and then whatever comes out of it comes out of it. So,
and now that the whole thing is finished, like as far as booking shows goes, I think it's been really exciting for us. We're like fortunate enough to have people dealing with our booking that's not us, so we don't really get to see the whole legwork process. But now that we finished the album and we did what we needed to do over the time and stuff is starting to open up again, we see all of our shows just kind of get dumped on us at once.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's so exciting because now we have like a whole summer worth of shows that we get to play after writing an album. It's super, super
Yeah, it's a
exciting.
good
I think we
feeling.
made out on the best we could.
So let's talk about some of these shows you guys got coming up this summer. You've announced Hippie Fest as a string of shows that kind of space out between May through October,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Let's start there, and then we can talk about what you guys announced yesterday as well.
Yeah, so we're playing, I think our manager, Doug, who has just been unbelievably helpful to us with booking shows, I think that he got in contact with Hippie Fest, and we had completely forgotten about it. I think he probably got in contact with them like last year,
Yeah.
and then randomly he texted us and said, hey, you guys are booked for all these shows this summer. We were like, oh,
And all of
okay.
a sudden, our calendars
Sick.
went. Doo, doo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going from Michigan to, I want to say, North Carolina, even all the way down to Georgia. And there's another Cincinnati local band, Trauma, Illinois, who's also going to be playing some of those shows
Yeah,
with
they're
us.
great guys.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So what exactly is Hippie Fest? Can you explain how many bands? Is it the same touring acts that are hitting all those spots?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
a group of all the same people. There's a couple big names in there. I can't remember the lineup off the top of my head, but it's
Saving Escape.
Yeah, we're in there.
Trauma, Illinois.
Yeah,
Do
and
you know
it's
that
just-
one?
Like a Warped
2020.
Tour for hippies.
Yeah, Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the towns that they're in, and it's cool. Like Hocking Hills is one of them,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So it's like they're all just beautiful little quaint towns.
Yeah,
that
it's very
probably
nature-y.
are hungry for live music.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm most excited for the bubble party. They posted that they're having hula hooping and bubble parties.
I didn't see a
Nice.
bubble party.
And that is what I'm excited for.
What is
That's
a bubble
sick.
party?
I don't know, but I want
It's
to find out.
exactly what it sounds like. A bunch of bubbles and a party, bro. Come on.
It's peace and love.
Tell us about what you guys announced yesterday, the festival in Mansfield.
So, yes, the Incarceration
Ink.
Festival. So, like I was saying, Doug.
You know who does not post on the social media?
you go. Doug, our manager, who we are so grateful for, has gotten in contact with Incarceration, which is going to be, I think, one of the only rock festivals happening this year.
I'm pretty sure it's the only rock festival in Ohio as of now.
Yes. So
Wow.
Danny Wimmer is one of the largest owners of music festivals, I think in like the Midwest area. So they decided to put, instead of having like a bunch of different festivals, like they used to have like Sonic Temple,
Rock on the Range.
Rock
was
on the
one of them.
Range, Incarceration, they're going to put all of their money into one
Into
festival.
One big thing.
Yeah, and so we've known this for a while now. We've known it for like, I don't know.
Over a year.
Yeah, over
We've
a
had
year.
to keep it secret. Well, we were supposed to play in 2020, and then it got canceled.
Right.
So we've just been like sitting on this,
Yeah.
not able to tell anyone. But I am so stoked. Jacob and I already have plans to get tattoos. I mean, like, it's not every day that you get to play a music festival and a tattoo festival
At a prison.
at a prison.
prison.
So like, I have to get a tattoo. Like,
gonna be
sorry,
fun.
Mom, I'm gonna add to the collection. There's
Sorry,
nothing
Mom, I
can
got
do
a
about
prison
it.
tat.
So, yeah. So speaking of sharing stages, this summer you guys got some awesome stuff coming up. Let's ask a hypothetical question. If each of you could step in to play a show with one particular band, who would it be? So you're singing,
Yeah.
you're playing bass, drums. Who are you guys stepping in to play with?
Rage Against the Machine.
You're playing bass
I
or Rage?
would love to play a Rage show. Are you kidding me? I would go so hard. It would be the most badass thing ever.
It really would. I would equally love to see Charlotte on stage with
Rage
Rage Against the Machine and in that
Dun.
crowd. I just think that would be priceless. It'd be the best part of the show. Me personally, I've been loving these guys recently. Lake Street Dive. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
you've listened to them.
I've seen them live.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
twice, actually.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
so jealous.
Yeah.
I would want to step in
Yeah.
and sing for one of their shows because I think that they are so unique and so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that would
Agreed.
just be unforgettable.
If I could step in as the drummer role for any band, I'm 100% being Ringo Starr. Because that
Oh, yeah?
man knew exactly what to do on everything, and he was so slept on, and he just didn't get enough attention, man.
Sure.
And I'm that guy.
He's not only slept on, he's like shitted on.
Yeah, exactly. No one likes the man. Just give him love, man. He's
Yeah,
Ringo
yeah.
Starr.
Jacob, what do you got?
I don't know. I think I would want to fill in and do like R&B guitar fills for like a rapper. Like
Oh,
I would
sweet.
want to do
Yeah.
like MF Doom, like rest in peace.
Rip.
Rip.
But like somebody like that, like an art rap kind of thing. I think that would be
Yeah.
super cool.
Milo.
Yeah,
You
like
say Milo?
like
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
rapper. Oh,
We
yeah.
love Milo.
Yeah, I'm a big
Just-
Milo fan.
do some
yeah.
sexy R&B guitar over like Dilla drums.
You
Yeah.
could kick butt at it too.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, maybe
That's a
like
great
Jay
answer.
Dilla.
So here's another question, a little fun one. If you could create a tour where Saving Escape opens the night, and each of you gets to choose one band to fill out the bill, who's on this tour?
Well, see, I guess I would say Lake Street Dive again, but that's also because we have been talking for so long. Like, how amazing would it be if we got to go on tour with Lake Street Dive? Like, if we were the opening band, because our sounds mesh so well. At least I personally believe,
Yeah.
especially with this new album.
I'm gonna have to go with Rival Sons, just
good one.
because even when we were so young, we were so heavily influenced by them. I think Kayla, you met them, right?
Yeah, I met them at Rock on the Range.
How old were you?
I want to say I was like 13 when I met them, and they're
Wow.
really down to earth. They're really cool
Yeah.
people, a little quirky in a good way,
Yeah.
for sure.
great way.
Yep, just super influenced by them, and I think that our sounds would match pretty well.
Cool.
I think I would love to open up for. I've been really into any artist from Australia recently.
Yeah.
There's a band called Mildlife. They're like
Oh, yeah.
electronic jazz almost. Yeah, they're
All
they're,
instrumental, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I listen to them too.
Super, super cool. And so yeah, probably them because they've just been on my.
Quick interjection. Do you listen to the Cactus Channel? Are you familiar with them?
No.
They're an Australian band. There's
Cactus
vocals. They're
Channel.
awesome.
I'm gonna
But if
look
you like
that up.
Wildlife, you'll like the Cactus
He'll
Channel.
listen
It's
to it on
like
his way home, I bet.
real smooth, vibey, like
Oh, 100%.
spacey, but it's Australian music.
Yeah,
It's
love
sweet,
that
dude.
stuff.
They're one of my favorites.
John Mayer Trio, full stop.
Oh,
I don't think I
yes.
need to explain that one.
That's sweet. So this question might be a little too similar to some of the ones we already asked, but who would be the ultimate guest feature on a Saving Escape album? Like, who would complement the band best and like blow people's minds if they saw the track list?
I think I have a good one. I think our sound that we're kind of approaching is very similar to that of John Mayer's
Okay.
new stuff, and I think his lead guitar work and his vocal just like the texture that he brings with his
Yeah.
vocals would really fit over some of the stuff that we have been writing recently. So
Sweet.
yeah, John Mayer.
John Mayer is the #1 most attractive man alive. He's like my #1
Kayla
on
would
my
dig that.
list. Like no matter what, if John Mayer, if I see him at a bar and he flirts with me, I don't care where I'm at in life.
That's where
John
you're going.
Mayer. That's where I'm going.
How does he do it? He's like a fine wine. That dude has only gotten sexier with age.
Seriously
Yes.
though,
So he
doesn't
he's
age.
It's
beautiful.
Super stupid.
Gorgeous.
Stupid.
It is, dude. How do you do it?
All right, well, that pretty much wraps it up. But if there is anything else going on, anything else coming up that you guys would like to talk about that we didn't touch on, this would be a great time to talk about it.
Well, I assume this video is coming out after our show on April 30th.
Correct,
But
yeah.
if you weren't at the show on April 30th, you suck. And be sure to come to more shows and come support Fretboard.
Yeah.
Also, like we already talked about, we're playing Incarceration. And those dates are September
10th through the 12th.
10th through the 12th. And I believe we're playing on the 12th. We've got all the Hippie Fest dates.
Yeah, Hippie Fest going on all summer. You can
yep.
check out the dates. They'll be on our Instagram. And if we're coming to any state near you, feel free to come to Hippie Fest because that's going to be a good one.
Little mini plug, but Charlotte and I have been working on some really cool new merch designs.
jewelry.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, you didn't wear it.
I
I'm
brought it, but I
upset.
didn't wear it.
Jewelry. So we'll have earrings, necklaces, bracelets, anklets.
Yeah, the merch booth's going to go
Um,
crazy this year.
Yeah, the merch booth is going to
So
go
you
crazy.
guys are manufacturing these things yourselves?
Yep,
You're
we're
putting them
hand
together?
making
And
like beaded necklaces.
That's awesome.
I
Takes me like an
have.
hour a necklace to make.
I can make
Yeah.
resin crystals, so I made Alex a really cool necklace the other day. I've been making Jacob earrings, like the whole 9 yards. Saving
sweet.
Escape Jewelry Line coming to a store near you.
well, thank you so much, guys. I
Thank
really
you for having
appreciate
us.
you
Thank
coming
you.
by.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We're excited for your show, even though this will be over by the time, the show will be over by the time you
Well,
see
hopefully
it,
we'll
but-
be back.
I hope we
Um,
didn't bomb it.
Yeah, I hope so. I doubt we will.
Note
I
to
doubt we will.
future me. Make sure we didn't bomb the show.
So we can find you all on Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yes.
Instagram,
At Saving
Facebook,
Escape.
Twitter, Spotify, Apple Music, all the good
Yeah,
stuff.
Sweet.
Saving Escape.
Saving Escape.
YouTube,
at Saving
too.
Escape. I will say Doug, our band manager, would want us to plug the digital download of Old Soul. So
Oh,
you can
yeah.
also
Yes.
go to the Saving Escape website, check out our Shopify.
You get some merch. You get that
and-
digital download.
Yep. You can get the digital
Higher
download,
quality
t-shirts,
audio.
hoodies, soon to be necklaces, but the digital download. I do think that we are on Bandcamp, but we also have you can buy it on iTunes and all
Totally.
that good stuff.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. That would help a lot.
Yeah.
If you don't follow us on Fretboard Brewing on Instagram, do so right now because that's a great spot to keep up with what we're doing as well. And wish these guys luck this summer. All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Thanks, guys.
you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.